Avastar mateys, welcome back to Zack and Wiki. Before we get into the final episode, I'm going to show off a few things that I missed from the previous level. Of course, it's always possible to let Rose and the goons down without having turned them into totems first. But enough of all that. Let's get to it.
Hey, guys! Whoa! No! Whoa! Oh my! Whoa!
And so it's time for our final battle with Barbaros. And he's in some sort of giant crocodile mech, I guess? It's complicated, okay? First things first, there are a few goodies to pick up around here, like our final mysterious treasure. And some money, of course. The goons here will help us reload our cannon if we run out of ammo, which can happen. Also, the ship has a robot hand because, I mean, duh.
Whoa.
Why wouldn't it?
All right!
Our first trick is to go ahead and shoot down these missiles coming at us. It's a pretty simple point-and-click adventure. this is the first time that you actually have a chance to die. Up to this point, you can take damage to the ship, but only at that point can you actually take enough damage to kill you. And of course, all hands were lost. But in the event you do want to engage in fisticuffs, it's as easy as, well, you don't want to aim for the targeting reticle when you see it. You want to aim sort of like on a trajectory with it. Otherwise, you'll probably miss it. These things are kind of easy to miss too, so there's that. So, throwing this anchor is one of the less intuitive movements in the game. I mean, swinging it is simple enough, but to throw it, you have to point at the screen and hold it there, whereas you might just think it's like a quick flick forward. It took me a while to figure that one out. But with only one fist to come flying at us, we can catch this easily enough. Well, I guess we'll have to figure something out. Good thing we've got these mysteriously person-shaped or bullet-shaped people here. I'm sure we can make use of this. Our goal here, what Barbaros is going to do is he's got those little missile ports. What we want to do is, you know, jam those up. The game does gloss over it a little bit. I know it mentions it, but the cannon, you can actually zoom in with it by using the control pad. And that's going to be necessary because we're about to have some precision firing we're about to do. It seems like you've got time to put in 2 goons and then he starts firing again, but there's more than enough time once you got everything loaded to go ahead and plug him up. Luckily in this mode, the gun is actually, it's very well tuned. It doesn't overreact. Your pointer actually pretty much goes where you want it to. It's nice. think it probably goes without saying you don't really want to get hit by that giant laser beam, so let's see if we can do something about that. Barbaros is close enough for us to use the bell booster, but he's too angry to hear it right now, so wanting to see if we can knock some sense into him first.
ザック、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウィキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウキ、ウ ウィキウィキウィキザクゾクウィキムハトモザク
Ah! Yeah. All right.
So that was quite an adventure. Sorry it took me so long to get videos out close to the end, but man, life got busy. Thank you all for joining me on this exciting adventure, and, well, hey, we've got to review some Barbaros facts. The first fact I gave to you was Barbaros' golden rule of piracy is to keep the Wii Remote wrist strap attached at all times. That was a pretty lopsided vote, actually. 81% of you thought that one was true, and, well, you're correct, that was true. Our second fact was Barbaros' favorite food is roast beef. So much so, he ate a whole roasted cow per day. That one's actually false. But that one just squeaked out. A lot of you guys thought it was true, 24 to 22 on that one. But just barely, that one's false. He'd eat a stuffed cow and be stuffed for a week. What else we got? Barbaros found so much treasure that he started throwing pieces he didn't like into the water. That one was even closer, 25 to 24 votes, but you were once again correct with a true on that one. Next fact, Barbaros used to eat books because he really hated reading. That one's true. Demi tells us that he used to eat books because, you know, he was learning through osmosis, but, well, Demi lies about a lot of crap, so don't trust that guy. Once again, you guys were correct on that one. Next fact, Barbaros once sank a fleet of 10,000 ships. That one's actually one Demi told to us. What Barbaros tells us is that he once evaded a fleet of 10,000 ships. So, close but no cigar, and that one, you guys got wrong. 25 people said it was true, and that's inaccurate. Next fact, Barbaros rarely set foot on land and spent most of his life on the sea. Also false, Barbaros apparently got seasick quite often. But, once again, I stumped you. Y'all thought that one was true too. Barbaros always stayed on the sidelines during pitched sea battles. That one's also true, actually. Barbaros didn't make it all this way in his piracy life just by, I don't know, getting in the middle of pitched sea battles, I suppose. But, you guys thought that one was false, and, well, that's too bad. Getting y'all on a couple of these. Barbaros once sliced a cannonball in half with a sword, saving his crew. That one's false. The cannonball actually knocked his sword in half. And you guys got that one right. That one was false, you thought it was false? Well done. Barbaros was extremely greedy and refused to share his treasure with his crew. According to the man himself, he was actually pretty generous and used to share it out quite a bit. Which, you know, could explain why his crew's willing to be, loyal as these little mummy pirates. So, you know, good for him. It's important to take care of your folks. Unfortunately, you guys thought that one was true. I can't believe you guys would think Barbaros is some sort of greedy jerk. I mean, what reason has he ever given us to believe that? Next fact, Barbaros went for 10 days on only 3 hours of sleep. That one was a squeaker. We had 17 folks say true and 16 folks say false. This one's actually false. Barbaros was definitely a proponent of early to bed, early to rise. And our final Barbaros fact. Barbaros hated chit-chat so much, he would throw his crew overboard if they were being too noisy. That one's actually something Demi told us. Barbaros himself, I mean, he's been locked up in that chest so long, he turned real talkative. He said he loved the chat. Unfortunately, that one was another landslide in favor of true, which I can't give that one to you. So let's look back at what we had. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, only 4 out of these 11 facts, if I'm counting right. I'm afraid I can only give you guys a rating of, well, wit like a whip. I mean, you guys caught on some of the tricky ones, but in my heart, you'll always be unpuzzleable. Anyway, Barbaros did have a few more neat facts, stuff like, at night, his crew would hear odd noises coming out of his cabin. Turns out Barbaros played the piano. In fact, back when he was stuck in that coffin we were getting his pieces, he offered to play for us at some point, but obviously that didn't quite pan out for whatever reason. Anyway, once again, I apologize for these last couple videos taking so long. Life has been busy, man. But thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure. This is one of the first games I got when I bought a Nintendo Wii, and it's really fun. I mean, there's some of the motion controls are a bit troublesome, which early Wii game, why wouldn't they be? But it was fun. It was fun playing this game again. I'm glad I was able to show it off for folks. It's one of those ones I'm almost positive people haven't seen that much of. But thanks again for joining me. I'm going to cut out here pretty soon. The game does have some post-game content. You go through the levels and solve some riddles to find even more treasure, but I definitely can't commit to saying I'll be showing all that off. I know you can find it online. When I was running through this and got stumped in some places, there is another YouTube channel, Zach's Favorite, which has videos of all the hidden treasures and whatnot. But there is still some post-credit scenes, you know, just Barbaros being Barbaros and other things. So, thanks again for joining me, and please join me next time for, well, whatever I decide to do next.
Right there.
너는 몸보이 난난난